Part of this video is sponsored by Surfshark. Welcome back to Vilnius. Yesterday we went all in on a Lithuanian food marathon and we were blown away. But out of all the dishes, one stood out in particular, and that's the legendary pink soup. In Lithuania, pink soup is more than just food. It's literally the soul of the nation. You'll find it in every restaurant, every home, and Vilnius even has a yearly festival dedicated specifically to this soup, where people from all over the world flock to this city only to slurp down countless bowls of it. Even though it's a genius dish, super simple, very delicious, and extremely refreshing, believe it or not, I have never cooked it myself. Today, we're changing that. We're going to learn how to cook this iconic dish together right here in its hometown. So, first order of business, let's head down to the market hall, where yesterday we've already made friends with some lovely Lithuanian babushkas that are going to hook us up with everything we need for this dish. Let's go! Здравствуйте, доброе утро. Мы вернулись, помните вчера? Ваши помидоры никогда не забуду. Сегодня нужны кое-какие другие вещи. Мы хотим готовить свекольник ваш. Литовский. Он у вас называется свекольник? Или холодный борщ?
Я не знаю, холодный борщ,
Вы холодный борщ называете его?
Или, может, борщ, так, как вы делаете?
Есть и горячий, есть и холодный.
Не, мы обязательно холодный будем готовить. Нам нужна свекла. Теперь нам нужны 3 огурца. Не такие? Вот такие? Это ваши домашние. Следующее. Нам нужно... Не знаю, штук 5, да, лучка.
А на сколько человек делаете?
На троих, в принципе. Небольшой просто. Укропчик у вас будет? Отлично. Вот обязательно укропчик. Это ваши тоже домашние? Ну, отлично. Нам нужно...
Даже голубые.
О! Мы возьмем 4. Спасибо. Картошечка нам нужна еще. Это с красной шкуркой. Хотя давайте я возьму 5. Вот. И еще мы обязательно возьмем, это обалдеть можно, ваши помидоры, с ума сойти. А они какие? Они маринованные, вы их отварили, да?
Я делаю такое, помидоры в аджике.
В аджике они?
Аджике, да. Ну, вот так вот.
Да, возьмем. Отлично. Спасибо. Можно без дачи. Спасибо. Вы нам так... Вы что? Спасибо большое вам. Вы нам так помогаете, советуете.
Вот, возьмите хрен.
Хрен?
Да.
Ваш тоже домашний?
Да.
Хорошо, возьмем. Спасибо большое. Спасибо. До свидания. До свидания. All right, guys, now let's quickly go over all the lovely ingredients we just got and then finally start cooking the legendary pink soup for the very first time in my life. Today's recipe, by the way, was provided to us by the lovely Denise, who I would say is one of the leading experts on Lithuanian food, probably in the world. She wrote an amazing cookbook called Vilnius, which, if you're interested in Lithuanian cooking, you should definitely check out. But now let's go over our ingredients. First and foremost, of course, we have beets. Big, fat beets. I thought beets are always round, but our favorite babushka's husband told us that this is an even better and even tastier type of beets. And if he says so, we know it's true. Then you're gonna need some cucumbers. I think these little garden variety cucumbers are ideal. They're nice and crunchy, not too watery. You're gonna need about 3 of them, but if you just get one large one, that's also gonna be fine. Actually, let me just show you why I prefer these cucumbers. So freaking crunchy and really sweet. Then you're gonna need some lovely spring onions, some fresh dill, then some eggs. These, by the way, are from our favorite babushka's own farm. They said these were blue eggs and they're very special and super tasty. An absolutely essential ingredient, of course, is this. We get some lovely kefir, which is of course a type of fermented milk. You can probably substitute this with buttermilk or even diluted yogurt or something. I think most kinds of naturally soured dairy would work here. Optionally, if you like things tangy, you can have a little bit of white vinegar on the side. And then of course you're gonna need some good old salt and pepper to season. You are of course also gonna need some potatoes. We have some red skin waxy potatoes. That's apparently the way to go. And I told you this was gonna be a simple recipe, didn't I? So all you need in terms of like special tools is a box grater. That's probably the most special tool you're gonna need for this recipe. Optionally, you're gonna need some gloves. You're gonna see why in just a second. You can probably guess why. And then triple optionally, you're gonna need 2 Lithuanian flags. You then behead a potato and then you stick that flag right into the potato. patriotism. We're now finally all set up and ready to cook, but only after a quick word from this video's actually Lithuanian sponsor, Surfshark. Okay, real talk. When I'm out and about and I really need Wi-Fi, I'm not exactly doing cybersecurity best practices. Like, oh hey, unsecured cafe network named Free Wi-Fi LOL? Sounds good, sign me up. I could definitely do better, and so could you probably. And that is why I use Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN that encrypts everything I do online, so even if I'm on some sketchy hotspot, my data stays locked down. But VPNs do so much more. We all know the classic move, watching region-blocked streaming content. Surfshark's got that too. I just pick a country and boom, it's like teleporting my laptop to another country. But what I really love is that Surfshark just makes my whole internet experience better. Like it blocks ads and trackers. I used to pay extra for an ad blocker. Now Surfshark just includes one. Plus unlimited devices. I've got it on my phone, laptop, tablet, even my smart fridge if I wanted to. So yeah, more privacy, fewer ads, no region blocks. Surfshark just makes the internet not suck. Go to surfshark.com/Andong and use code Andong to get an extra 4 months free. And relax, there's even a 30-day money-back policy. So thank you Surfshark for sponsoring this video. May I have the beets, please? Thank you. Hey, don't disrespect the flag. The way it works with the beets is you gotta pre-boil them, which I guess is the most prep you will have to do for this recipe. If you ever worked with beets, you know exactly that once you touch them, your hands will turn an intense shade of pink, and they will remain pink until you die. So probably the best pro tip we got from Denise was to get some gloves. And also, if you happen to have a red cutting board, now's the time to use it. Here is my boiled beet. It takes around an hour to boil them, but then the reward of that is that the peel, the skin, will basically come right off. All right? Chop, chop. Just removing the woody ends. Beet number 2, and the skin slides right off. Actually, I think you only need to trim the pointy end, not the root end. One of my favorite things about this recipe is that you basically just need one bowl. We're putting the grater down in that bowl. It's a little bit slippery, so hold it tight and don't cut your fingers. But now, here we go. By the way, I'm questioning my life choices because I just noticed I'm wearing a white shirt, but live fast, die young. Beet number 2, they really are very slippery. All right, the big reveal. So far, so good. Now let's work on those mysterious blue dinosaur eggs. First things first, we gotta peel them. Am I the only one who peels their eggs like this? If anyone has a perfect, truly foolproof hack how to peel eggs without destroying them, please put them in the comments below, because I really don't want them to look like this. Although for this recipe, it honestly doesn't really matter because we're about to chop them up anyway. So you're gonna need 3 eggs for this recipe, and you're gonna take the prettiest one and set that aside. And then you're gonna take the 2 uglier ones, like this one, and you're gonna chop them up as finely as you can. I love a random challenge, by the way, and the random challenge for today is cooking with the shady-ass kitchen tools in this Airbnb. I think this looks good enough, so let's add it straight to our bowl. Return of the grater. Part 2, cucumbers. This, by the way, is where it really pays to have a low moisture cucumber like the ones we bought. Otherwise, we'd already be sitting in a puddle of cucumber water. In they go. Time for some herbs. The objective here is nice and simple. Just chop them up as finely as you can and you're good to go. I like to half them first, so they're a little bit shorter. Maybe even quarter them. Then I bunch them up like this, and I have a lot less chopping to do. And by the way, can I just say how much I love these super small and delicate small farm onions? So much better than those chunky ones from the German supermarket that basically look like leeks. In they go. Same idea with the dill, although I do like to trim the ends off first. Chop in half and chop everything down nice and fine. And in they go. But, and this is important, you do want to leave a little bit of dill for later so you can garnish your bowl. And for that, I kind of prefer to keep it whole, and I wish my dill was a little bit fresher. We've been carrying it around with us all day, so that's the price we pay. And now my favorite step, drowning everything in kefir. And this, you guys, is where the magic happens. And by magic, of course, I mean the gorgeous color of the pink soup. I mean, come on, don't tell me this is not the prettiest soup you've ever seen in your life. If you've been watching this channel, you know I've made a soup or two in my life, and this one is by far the prettiest. Now we want to season it generously with salt and not so generously with a little bit of black pepper. Mix everything in. Let me just double check the seasoning. Oh yeah. Salt and pepper is on point, but I do want a little bit of tang, so I'm going to add a little bit of extra white vinegar. German accent. I do like some tang, so I'm going to add some extra white vinegar. Let's mix that vinegar in. Now, by the way, in terms of texture, this soup is pretty thick right now. I personally happen to like it that way, so I'm going to leave it like that. But if you like your pink soup a little bit thinner, don't worry, you can always thin it out with a little bit of water or buttermilk. Now we want to cover up that soup. I don't know what kind of lid that is, don't ask. And we want to put this in the fridge for at least 1 hour to let the color get even deeper and let all the flavors melt together. Now the soup itself can just sit in the fridge until you're ready to eat it, but in the meantime, we can actually make good use of that resting period because a real Lithuanian pink soup is not complete without potatoes on the side. So what you want to do is you want to boil some potatoes like I did with these ones. And if you're watching your calories, you can eat it with some hot boiled potatoes on the side. But if you like it really, really tasty and a little bit extra, then there's an even better way to do this. Actually, let me show you with the help of some editing magic. Frying potatoes in a ton of butter has never been a bad idea in the history of this world. Let's get them over to this tiny, cute little serving bowl. Perhaps the world's best side dish, fried potatoes, and may I say, probably close to mandatory when it comes to pink soup. Speaking of which, we're just gonna pretend this has been sitting in the fridge for an hour. All right, finishing touches, we're gonna get that one pretty egg we had. I'm gonna try to very carefully slice this into quarters. You can place them into your bowl whichever way you like. I like this. Now some extra dill for garnish. And there you have it, guys, an absolutely beautiful specimen of the one, the only Lithuanian pink soup. Okay, quick info, we were just shooting the thumbnail, so don't freak out because all of a sudden the dill and the eggs on top of this thing have changed. But I promise you it's gonna taste the same. The final thing to do before you dig in is give everything one good final mix. I like burying those eggs inside, there will be like a little hidden treasure. Let's try a nice clean bite first. It tastes perfect. It tastes exactly like the ones we've had in all these restaurants here. Extremely refreshing, a little tangy, a little earthy from the beetroot, just a tiny bit of richness from the egg, but not too much. Perfectly rounded off with a little bit of bite from those spring onions and of course that herbal flavor from the dill. I know the cucumbers are what makes this taste so fresh, but interestingly, you don't really taste the cucumbers in here on their own. They somehow completely just melt into the overall flavor profile of the soup. I love this. In the summer, I could easily eat this every single day. But I will say that once you let this sit in the fridge for a little bit, I feel like the salt kind of seeps into all the ingredients and it gets a little less salty. So don't be shy, you can always season a little more. Now it's good. Needs that salt to bring out all the flavors. And guys, how could I forget? Of course, if you want to balance out that freshness with a little bit of like richness, yeah, this is a good potato. I don't know what they did to these potatoes, but these, easily some of the best potatoes I've ever had, and I don't know why. But hey, it's good that we still have a few mysteries to solve. Let me find a little egg. That's for me to grow big and strong. That's that blue egg, I think. It doesn't taste blue. I really want more of these potatoes. Now I need you guys to try.
So fresh.
I think it's even better than the ones we had so far.
You heard it, guys. This soup is gonna change your life, or at least your summers. And I really, oh yeah, try the potato. Try the potato, try the potato. It's good. Thank you for watching this fried potato recipe with us. Just kidding, you heard it here. The epic pink soup of Lithuania is gonna change your life, or at least it's gonna change your summers. So definitely try it. Let us know what you think. And thank you so much for watching. And by the way, I hope you're subscribed because this Lithuania tour is still not over. We are about to raid a Lithuanian supermarket and try the weirdest and the most delicious snacks this country has to offer.